All right. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk, our Newsflash Friday. This morning, we have Darrell Washington, our chef, and Kayla Neel, our manager of the fitness center, joining us. I've got a list of questions for them. Just wanted to do a little introduction so you guys know who some of the new faces are here at the community. So Kayla, we'll start with you. I'm going to point like anybody can see. I don't know if she's in the same square for you as she is for me, but she's over here. Kayla, if you'd like to tell me a little bit about your past or give me a little bit of background information.
Okay. So I was originally born in St. Louis. I came up to the Terre, Haute area for my undergrad to play soccer. After undergrad, moved to Orlando for about a year, came back to Terre Haute. I got my master's during that time, and then my husband and I moved to Florida again so he could finish up his law school. And so for the last 2 years while I was there, I worked in cardiac rehab, which is cool. It was different, but it's nice to be out of the clinical side, still work with the population, not be as high risk, thankfully. And very excited for the opportunity, very excited.
So I remember you had told me that you had family that was kind of your middle point. Tell me more.
Oh, yes. So my husband's family is just outside of Indianapolis. And my family still originates in the St. Charles area, just outside of St. Louis. So they're about 2.5 hours, depends on who's driving, 2.5 hours away from us. And then my husband's family is an hour, hour and a half. So everybody's been used to the middle ground we've been together for about 8 years. So everybody's kind of used to traveling and seeing us within that distance. So it's nice to officially call Terre Haute home.
Awesome. Love it. Darrell, tell us a little bit about your background.
Started cooking around, I opened the Roadhouse here in Terre Haute in, I think it was 96. I started there when I was 17. Was there up until 2014, where the GM of Sodexo at ISU used to come and sit around the bar. And I went there, we were doing inventory, and I went there to weigh a cake for the service managers while they were doing inventory. And he asked me, was I happy? And I said, yeah, I'm all right. And he offered me a job at ISU. So I left there and went to Sodexo there. Then my executive chef left me and came to Westminster, to Ron. And so I ended up leaving there, going to work for Bon Appetit Management Company, and left Bon Appetit. Ron moved to North Dakota and gave me a call one night and was like, you'll love it here. Why don't you apply for the Westminster position? Got the Westminster position, and I'm very, very happy to be here. I was born here, moved from here to Indy, to Evansville, back to here. My father's a pipe fitter, and my mother is retired. She was one of the starting loan managers for Old National, which is stationed in Evansville. So we would travel. He could find work anywhere because he's a pipe fitter, and she would move from Old National to Old National. So we moved around a lot. So when you said, Kayla, when you said Indy, it kind of touched like home, kind of. Yeah, I grew up in Lawrence Township. Went to Lawrence North.
Okay, very nice.
So it was kind of, that's what's up. It's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Darrell, have you always liked to cook?
No, I can't stand it, but I'm decent at it. So it's like every chef or every KM has an exit strategy. They want to go out front. They want to go into like service. They want to go into the GM part. So Ron always wanted to be a service manager. He wanted to go out front. Our old boss, Matt, always wanted to be an operations manager, go out front. So I'm bending Ken's ear to learn how to do, the director, the budget part and everything else. So the end game is to get out of the kitchen. Yeah, I'm sick of getting stomped. People call in sick, things go down, and you're stuck doing 2-3 different positions. yeah, I'm kind of done. But I love cooking. I love the people here. I love the residents. I mean, this community is amazing. I love it. Seriously, it's pleasurable. But yeah, I want to go out front.
I think that it's almost like cooking for a huge family every single day because you're breakfast, lunch, dinner every 7 days a week.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah, they let you know when you did good, and they let you know when you kind of wet the bed. So
Hey, we all have different taste buds. We gotta let you know what we like.
absolutely. Yep.
Have you noticed that there's a favorite that the residents, here enjoy, a favorite meal or?
Yeah, I try to mess around with the menus. What's crazy is all the the home cooking hometown stuff they really like. So I took ribs off the menu and I heard it from everybody. So I had to throw ribs and kraut and stuff back on. I took meatloaf off, had to hear about that. At Rose Holman, what they do is they have different concepts. So there's like a roots concept where it's like no protein. It's actually like non-vegetarian protein. It's like your kind of like seitan, your tofu and all that kind of stuff. Then you have like a global where it's global and different stuff. So I tried to implement a few of those recipes here, and emails from Amy, and they're like, yeah, negative. Like,
No.
they were not feeling that. And can we get meatloaf back, pizza night back? And I'm just like, yeah, that's what we're going to do.
They're creatures of habit.
Creatures are not lying. You're not lying. They absolutely. And if you mess with that routine, you will definitely hear about it.
Same way, I'm a creature of habit. I cannot judge. Kayla, tell me a little bit, one thing I'd love to share is maybe some tips and tricks on how to stay healthy or active during the winter at home. What are some things that our residents and prospects can be doing?
So usually whenever I'm asked this, I always just keep it as simple as possible, right? You don't want to over exceed expectations. I think one of the first things I ever hear, especially at the start of the new year, is I'm going to go work out 5 to 7 days a week and I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then they get to day 2 and it drops. So I always like to be realistic and start simple. So especially with it, I don't think anybody wants to be outside right now with it being 12 degrees. So do simple things around the house. Washing dishes, vacuuming, little things like that, cleaning, just kind of picking up a room every now and again. And kind of be aware if you're sitting down too much. So I mean, I've been caught in it too. You get in those Netflix shows and all that, and it's episode 6 before you know it. So usually, after every episode, get up, walk around the house a little bit. My dogs keep me good with that because they always force me to take them outside. So just little things, little reminders. And it's not like you have to do a bunch every day. So don't set stuff that's kind of unreachable or, after you do it once, you dread it. You don't want to do it again. Try to avoid little things like that. So keep it simple, keep it fun, enjoy what you're doing.
I think that was the most accurate thing I've ever heard is that, at the beginning of the year, everybody put these big goals out there. I know personally, I work out at Pulse twice a week, and at the very first of the year, it was very full. And yesterday it was empty. Again.
And it's a shame. It's so sad to see all that because it's great, right? To have that mindset, that motivation, but then add in, you get up at 4 or 5 a.m. if you have children, and then you go to work all day. And at the end of the day, you don't want to do anything. So keep it simple. Try to utilize the days that you're going to feel good and use those days to work out. Don't think you have to work out 7 days a week, 24/7 doing stuff. So some people keep it at 2. Some people can do 3 to 4. There are people that are crazy and will do 7, but they've been doing it for years now, and I don't know what is wrong with their brain. But find what's good for you and enjoy it is the main thing. If you enjoy it, you're going to do it more frequently and you're going to stick with it. So
would you say like chair exercises are good, like leg lifts or anything like that?
Absolutely. Anything that you're going to utilize that you can mock on a daily basis. So everybody, they sit down, they stand up. Working on that is never a bad thing. I always, especially with upper body, it's colder, your joints are a little more stiff. So utilizing upper body movements, as simple as picking out dishes from the top cabinet, keep those functionality movements. I always like, use it or lose it. So even if it's small little items you're grabbing, you're still doing it and allowing your muscles to utilize that nerve firing. So why not?
It's a great time to get up in those upper cabinets and reach and get all those things that we don't ever use anymore and take them and put them in a box and take them to Goodwill. Right?
Spring cleaning is right around the corner too. So I'm sure there's plenty of things to find.
Oh, I know I'm guilty of it. So Darrell, when you do, I'm sure you're designated for cooking at home. But what are some things, or is there like a cuisine that you like to cook the most?
My daughters are like pasta fanatics, and they are like super athletic, and they're into sports. So they eat like all the time. So our pantry is like full. But I taught them how to make Olive Garden style Alfredo. So everything they make is like Olive Garden, Alfredo. The other day they tried to make a vegetarian lasagna, but they didn't cook the vegetables first, because you got to cook the vegetables, you got to get all the water out, and it was just like a bad. And I ate it. It was terrible, but
it was very watered down lasagna.
I was like, this is great. This is great. It's like, you want something to drink? I'm like, no, not really. I got enough right here. But they mainly do most of the cooking, believe it or not. Whenever they want to try something new, I kind of walk it through them, kind of like when you're training a new employee here. I'll walk it through. But they actually do cooking for the most part. I actually barely even eat it because I'm sick of seeing
awesome.
it. But
you're muted.
Yeah.
Myself, sorry. Speaking of like training and learning, like I know a lot of the team members in our kitchen have been here for years and years and years and years. Like, do you find that you've learned any things from them being in this environment?
Yeah. There's a lot. Honestly, I know it sounds weird. It sounds like, I don't know. I've learned a lot of shortcuts, like working smarter, not harder. Because at Bon Appetit, like everything is from scratch, like everything. I mean, make your gravies. When we made our gravies, we had to actually like make stocks overnight. So we would cook off the beef bones and, slather them with tomato paste and heat them in the oven, and then have it roll overnight, and then make your slurry and thicken it up and everything from here. I'm learning like a lot of quick shortcuts, because there you had a lot of time because it was from scratch. So you had to do your own prep. You had to do everything else. Here I'm learning actually, why don't you try this? This is going to save you like 15 minutes. This is going to save you that. So it's kind of cool. Cooking with more of a time restraint, I'm actually learning from them. So that's really neat.
Wow. Is there a favorite meal that you do enjoy cooking? So I know you said that your daughters do most of it, but is there one that you're like, this is my meal and I'm going to do it?
Yeah, I like making stuff with sauces. So like maybe like a steak Diane, or like we made Tuscan Tuscan sun-dried tomato chicken the other night, where yeah, sauce person. I just really like sauces. So just teaching them how to saute their onions, saute their garlic, where you get your fond on your pan and deglaze your pan and add your cream and start making sauces. So yeah, I like sauces. I mean, it's terrible. My brother's Kayla, my brother is actually really into sports medicine. So he's like super stay away from everything white, no sugar, no flour, no white, everything away from it. But like I love is like flour and
yes. I
It's terrible.
understand. My dad's side of the family is all Italian. So I can't sit here and tell people not to eat. It's too good. You can't pastas, sauces, you gotta have it all. I can't neglect myself from that.
Everything's good in moderation, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Or every day, all day.
I know. It's moderation. Okay.
Oh, well, is there any way that you'd be willing to share a recipe with me that I can share with our prospects that have joined us today?
I mean, do you want that sent like what, through email or something like that, or?
If you
Yeah.
could, that would be amazing. Maybe that sun-dried tomato thing you just talked about, because you just made me
Yeah.
hungry.
Do you want it scaled? Like, do you want it scaled for a certain amount of people?
Yeah, like maybe like 3 or 4 people.
Okay, yeah. I'll do it like for 5, so you can actually, like, you know what I'm saying, increase 5, 10, 15. So you have do that. Yeah, I'll send that to you by today. I'll get it to you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Kayla, is there any way that you could send me maybe some fitness things that people could be doing at home?
Absolutely. I sure can.
Well, I want to get, I have a specific question for the both of you. And that is, why a retirement community? How did you get into the retirement living kind of side of things? Because I know, Kayla, you had told me that you did cardiac health and some therapy and things like that. How did you get into NIFs?
So whenever I was still at ISU, one of my undergrad professors worked for NIFs, part-time, I believe, at that point. And he always had great things to say. So they were actually on my radar whenever I was still in school. I never had an opportunity, or there was never an opportunity available for me to either apply for or a potential internship. But I always knew the name. So whenever we first learned back in September, October-ish, that we were going to be moving back, they were my professor then. His name was Nate Brown. I actually reached out to him and asked if he knew of anybody within NIFs. And he said he would kind of keep out. And then I actually came across an opportunity from them. And same thing, I enjoy working with the same population I'm in. It's a lot of fun, and they're all willing to learn and still put forth the effort. And they have a lot of fun with it. And I think that's one of the biggest aspects that draws me to it, is it's always enjoyable. And so whenever I came across that, I couldn't pass it up. I had to do everything I could and, still kind of keep it a secret from family at the time. We don't want people freaking out that we were moving back, or, oh, let me help. Like, it's winter time and all that. So we were kind of keeping it under wraps, and it couldn't have worked out any better. So I'm very grateful, and I'm very excited to be a part of Westminster and keep growing as an individual. So
You're done.
Yeah, that's amazing. And, I know when people think of retirement livings or communities, they probably don't think about the kitchen. And so, Darrell, did you ever see yourself, working in a retirement community? Was that ever something that you even thought of as an option?
No, not at all. I'm used to like real busy restaurants. So Ron knew I was getting burnt. I was just getting burnt out. And he was like, do you want to be somewhere where it's super chill? It's the people are nice. Really did not have anything bad to say at all. And he was like, if you really want something laid back and the people are great, you might want to come here. And since I've been here, it's like, what took you so long? It's like, what took so long? I've never been at a place where I'm in the same line as people. And everybody talks. Everybody's, hey, Darrell, like, I don't even know who you are. Like, hey, Darrell, what's up? And I'm like, hey. And I'll nudge Ken or I'll nudge Peyton. I'm like, hey, what's their name? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be rude and say, hey. So it's really, really cool. I mean, riding down on the elevator, seeing somebody you've never seen before talk to you like they've known you for 10, 15 years. I think it's really awesome. It really is. And I will push this place to anyone You know what I'm saying? Anybody talks to me about this place, I'll push it. Suggested sale, everything. I'm really enjoying being here.
Love it. And I guess I didn't ask, but how long have you both been here now? So I know, Kayla, it's not been very long, but that's okay.
Just under a month.
This will be 8 months.
8 months, and we're just now debuting you?
Started 18th, I think.
We wanted to give you a chance to get acclimated and change up the menu and all those good fun things.
Good.
Is there anything that you added to the menu, Darrell, that the residents absolutely love?
I did add that chicken, the sun-dried tomato chicken. They really like that. I tried a few like Mongolian stuff and they were just like too spicy. No, we're not having it. So got rid of that. But I did some bourbon. I did a bourbon glazed salmon they liked.
Oh, yeah.
They really like that. They really like the salmon and they really like chicken dishes. So we did French onion dipped chicken breast last week, I think it was. And they really like that. And so, yeah, they really like seafood and they really like chicken. I took the pot roast off once and almost got strung up for that. So like they're really into that. So I'll just have more pizza nights. So
comfort food, especially now.
Yeah.
I heard that next week you're gonna do a boil. Is that right?
Yeah, we're gonna do a crab boil. And so the starter is going to be Old Bay shrimp salad on Boston lettuce, and the main entree is going to be shrimp boil. It's going to be shrimp andouille sausage, snow crab. We're going to throw eggs in there. I've never heard of throwing eggs in it. But Michelle, my lead, was like, yeah, we go to Crabs a Million or whatever it's called, Million Crabs or whatever, and they have eggs in it. So I'm going to do the eggs and some other stuff in there. And for the dessert, we're going to do, I'm going to make like an espresso, like pudding, like an espresso, and actually have it in cappuccino glasses and make like some foam. And put some chocolate straws in it, something like that. Kind of fun. So,
love it. That sounds delicious. I'll be here.
Yeah, absolutely. We will have plenty.
Kayla, what's some things that you've got coming up? I know we talked about some ideas that you've got going on. What do you got in the works?
So in the works, as far as February goes, we will be running a program called the 5-Star Fit Club. It essentially will allow the residents to try and do different movements they don't always do. So maybe come to a group class, come up and visit the WAC, a couple of things there. And then we're also going to be running a balance program in March. And we already utilize a balance class. This one will just get more in depth and essentially be a long-term challenge and not just a day-to-day class. We'll actually build up for several weeks or so and then test you at the end just to see where you know how much you've gained and still see some areas where you might need improvement, especially right now with the ice and snow coming along. It's definitely a good option. So 5-Star Fit and Balance Redefined will be coming up soon. So it's exciting. It'll be fun. It's a lot of stuff and it's not necessarily exercise related as well. It's more so activity based, just to get you out moving around, interaction, and have some fun.
I like it. And then just one fun question before we open it up for questions from our prospects here that have joined us this morning. Tell me one fun fact about yourselves that not everybody would just know.
One fun. So I did Irish dancing for a couple of years as a kid. I don't know how good I would be at it now, but it was fun.
Very cool. I would have never guessed. So
I can thank my mother for that one. She her side of the family is all Irish. So I'm Irish and Italian. It's a fantastic mix.
Sounds opinionated.
Yes, exactly. So she's very big on St. Patrick's Day and such. So she was kind of the reason I got into it. And then my dad kept me with soccer. So I had dance side and soccer, and then just kind of took soccer and ran with it without my mother knowing. So
Darrell, what about you? What's a fun fact that nobody would really know?
Fun fact. I'm kind of like a psycho, crazy soccer mom in like a dad's body. Yeah, my daughter's in the track. My oldest daughter just did South for the first time this year, and now she's wrestling. So, like, I'm like, I have the Magellan fold-up seats and everything.
You are all set.
All the packs. I have a, I think, what's it called? Casca or something like that. Like a big wool, like a big straw hat.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm like the dad soccer mom. Take all the girls out to like Roadhouse and Qdoba after meets and all that kind of stuff. So, yes, yeah, kind of that weird dad.
I have a curious question for you, Darrell. You've mentioned that you worked at Roadhouse and that you like to go to, you just mentioned Qdoba, you like to go to Qdoba. Is there a favorite restaurant here in Terre Haute that you like to frequent?
I really like Zing.
Okay.
That's like our spot. Me and my daughters, we go there probably twice a week. I love sushi. It's ridiculous. And it's actually really good for like half the price of what Umi is. Like, you have to go to ISU Credit Union and get a loan to eat at Umi. So you can go to Zing, and I mean, we all eat for like $60 and we get like a truck ton of stuff. So I would say Zing, and I'm a roadie. I'm always going to be a roadie. So I go to Roadhouse probably once a week.
Darrell, I think you might have worked with one of my friends. She was there in 2013 and 14.
I think you were muted for a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
A friend of mine worked at Roadhouse. She might have worked with you, Belle Evans.
I know Belle, and I know her sister.
Yep,
Yeah.
Aubrey,
yeah. Aubrey was like my little sister, kind of, sort of. But Belle is awesome. Yeah, they were hostess when I was there. Yeah. I know them all. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, why don't I'm going to open it up in case anybody has any questions or would love to give anybody any tips. So Ellen and Eileen, I went ahead and promoted you guys to panelists. If you'd like to join and ask Kayla or Darrell any questions. Eileen, you always say that Kate and I and Sarah and Lauren are kind of like family. Here's your opportunity to hopefully add in Kayla and Darrell to that family. All right.
Hello, everyone.
Well, hello.
This has been fun. Happy to hear that Darrell tries different things. Now, I'm one that probably would like the weirdest thing you tried and would be in the minority. But it'll be a while before I move in, Darrell, so stay there.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Kayla?
Yes.
I'm one of those that has lots of energy, but I don't perform.
Okay.
I want to do all these things and something gets in the way of that.
Absolutely.
Had a couple of falls this recently, and I think that has really had an impact on me in terms of, first of all, it's a sign of aging, and I hate that, but also it's affected my confidence in terms of just walking, and one of the falls was recently when it was icy, and I was on the ground before I even knew it. It was one of those things that slip on the ice and down you go. Nothing broken in any of the falls I've had. So I feel there's someone up there watching over me. And, but I'm just really slow in trying to get motivated. I live in a 2-story house, so I have to go up and down the stairs. And I go up and down the stairs like an old lady, one and one, and just, I don't know what to do with my attitude, I guess.
Yeah. With that stuff, truthfully, in my experiences with it, it takes time, right? It's not something you want to happen, and nor do you expect it to happen. And I've actually gotten that a lot to where, especially the people I worked with in cardiac rehab, you don't have that, like you were saying, the confidence. You don't expect, nobody wants to fall over. And when you do, like, how did that happen? Why did that happen? So a million unanswered questions, and just slowly just keep doing everything normal as you can. You're going to have days where you second guess, or when you are walking, you're always going to second guess yourself. But as time goes on, it'll get better, and you'll be reassured with yourself as well as you keep going day to day. But it definitely takes time. So don't ever get discouraged that, today, I'm not there mentally. It's okay. That stuff, it doesn't happen overnight, unfortunately. I wish it could.
I wanted to.
Exactly.
And wanting it to doesn't do it.
Absolutely. And if there's ever anything I can do for you, please feel free to reach out and ask. I will, if I can't help, I will try to find somebody who definitely can.
I appreciate that.
Expect
Anytime.
that whole group mentality sometimes takes over, and it helps with the encouragement part of things. If there's a 3 or 4 residents down at class today, and they're expecting you to be there, it makes it a lot easier to get up and show up and do that exercise when there are others involved. And
right.
If it's just me at home by myself, I'm probably not going to do it.
Accountability just kind of.
I'm interested in what you're going to do in March with balance, because I think balance is probably part of the issue. Because I feel like I need to be holding on to something anymore when, that was never true,
Absolutely. Yes. So we will be launching, we'll be setting out the February stuff here within the next week. And then as for March, we'll probably lay that out, same thing, about a week or two before February is over. So we'll be able to give out a couple more details. We're still in the process of planning all that one out. But if there's stuff, and I can, on that email for you, Rebecca, I can put in stuff to do at home that'll allow
that
to
would
work
be
on a
good.
little bit of
I
balance.
appreciate that.
No problem.
That
Great.
I've got bands, I've got weights, I've got everything except to do it. I don't have the confidence.
All in good time, hopefully.
And I really need to work on it, because I'm going to get to go with a couple of other friends to Hawaii for the first time. And the condo that we're going to be staying in is on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
So I'm already thinking, does it have railings on both sides, when I go up the stairs? And so I want to be able to walk without having to hold on to the railing, or walk up and down stairs without holding on.
Absolutely.
Is my goal by April the 19th.
Okay. Very nice.
4 months. You can do it.
Absolutely. That's plenty of time. That's realistic.
Oh.
Well, does anybody else have any questions or any words of encouragement or advice?
Darrell, it's hard to cook for one person, and so I look for things that are frozen, things that are in packages, that I think I was at Dollar Tree, and they had some Indian food and some curries and different kinds of things for $1. And they were good. They were really good. So, you know, you don't always have to start from scratch. You can find things that are already prepared, and all you have to do is nuke them, you know, and you've got a meal. So if you know some things like that I could just pick up at Myers or Basler's or any place, just let me know.
Do you like the Indian? Like, do you like Indian style food?
Yes, I do. I like all cultures. Yeah.
Are you in Terre Haute? Are you familiar with Terre Haute?
Yeah, I'm in Terre Haute.
Okay, the best place to get anything for Indian food, if you want to eat out, Taj Mahal is really good. I actually like Taj Mahal a lot. But if you're wanting to cook stuff at home, that little Sunco gas station,
I wondered about that.
across from Cackleberries, they have everything. It's so good. Like, they have everything. And the old man in there, he'll teach you how to, he'll tell you how to make like super easy stuff. Like, I went in there and I never made a tikka masala, like, ever. And he walked me through it, and it's so simple. It really is, it's really honestly like tomato sauce with cream and yogurt, pretty much is all it is. But if you ever go in there and get like a garam masala, or if you ever get anything like that, he'll walk you through like the simplest way to make any sauce you can think of.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Yeah, and their prices are really cheap. Yeah, like I had a whole box of garam masala, and it was like $2.99 for a big, huge box of it. So, I mean, it's really good stuff.
Good. Thank you.
Hidden in plain sight.
Oh yeah.
I learned something new today.
You said cackleberries. I'm pretty sure that's the main reason we moved back in the first place.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
there's no other breakfast place.
It is pretty good. They have
Oliver's favorite.
They have a breakfast burrito that you could eat on for days. You know, I only eat half of it and take half of it at home. You know, it's
So
just,
good.
it's really good. But I also like Barbasco. There isn't a dish there that I've not liked. I mean, it's incredible.
Oh, that sounds really
Good
good.
place. But as you said, Darrell, you'll have to always go to the credit union first and take out some cash before you go there.
Yeah, Barbasco. I like their. They have a burnt butter ravioli.
Yes.
That's really good. I really like that there.
I always love to pick everybody's brains on where they like to go out to eat, because I'm pretty creature of habit. I'm going to go to Mexican Los Tres Caminos every time.
Those trades, that's the best.
Thank you. I agree wholeheartedly.
Their pizzas are good too. They're so different at the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, they.
And their desserts, yeah, they're okay. No, they are scrumptious.
Yeah, one of our old bakers from Rose Holman took the bakery position there. So yeah, it's pretty good. She's really good.
Oh, she does something with apples and some and walnuts or some kind of nuts, and it's just fantastic. There's some doughy thing, but it's crispy and it's kind of real light, but it's just scrumptious.